Hello everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Richmond and thank you for joining the video. I am in this position because I am actually not exhausted, that's too big of a word to use, but I am pretty tired. I just got to my hotel room. I got on a flight I got to the airport at like 2 or a little bit before 2 back in Peoria, Illinois, and I flew Allegiant Air, which was very nice, by the way. I had no issues with it. It was very direct. It was a lot faster of a flight than I thought. I thought I was going to be flying for an hour, and it was closer to like 45 minutes because I think we took off around 3:30, a little after, and we landed like at 4:15. I think it was like 4:30 by the time I had by the time everybody got off the plane and I had gone to the bathroom and everything, it was 4:30, but the actual traveling time in the airplane was like 45 minutes. And then I called to check my reservation for my hotel, and I'm glad I did because I was dumb, and apparently I had scheduled it for tomorrow night, which is not needed because I will be home tomorrow. But I apparently had scheduled it for tomorrow night, and so I had scheduled it through Expedia, so Expedia was very helpful in getting everything straightened out, and I just got it rescheduled, fixed for tonight, and I even got it for a little bit cheaper, so that was nice. And then after I got that settled, which probably only took 15 minutes, but that's just because I had to contact Expedia and get it fixed, and then call the hotel back and check the reservation again and all that. And then I got the shuttle, so I talked to them about the shuttle, and then the most difficult part of this whole journey was finding the waiting area for the shuttle. So I had to go down to like the ground transportation area, and I got to like the level right above where I was supposed to be, and I got confused, and I went down actually to where I would have needed to be, and there weren't any, there were exits, but it's hard to explain. You go down, and there's like, to the right, there's all these different stations where people can help you with different companies and things like that. I don't fully remember what they're for. But then you go to the left, and then there's doors that you can go out, which is, I would come to find out, is where I needed to be. But I didn't see any more signs for like the hotel transportation shuttle buses. And so I went back up, finally found somebody who was with the TSA, and I asked her, and she told me to go down the escalators around the corner, which ended up taking me to the same area where I was originally. It's just I didn't know that was the right area. And then once I got there, I was fine. Once I got to that part, I was fine. I just followed the signs to where the shuttle bus was, called the lady back when I got to the area, and then she sent the shuttle for me. So it didn't take very long. It probably felt longer to me because I was tired and in a massive airport and didn't really know where I was going. But yeah, so I'm here now. Tomorrow my flight leaves at 11, so I have the shuttle that's going to pick me up at 8:30 tomorrow morning and get me there. It's about a 10-minute ride, I guess, so should be there about 8:45, and that'll give me a little less than 2 hours to get through security and all of that. I don't have much with me. I literally only brought my backpack for the reason that I didn't want to have to deal with an extremely long security. The outfits that I wore, like today I wore leggings so I wouldn't have to check pockets. I had a jacket on, but it was not a pullover, something easy to take off. I had boots that I could slip on, and everything else was in my backpack, so it would be really easy to get where I need to be tomorrow. Same thing, I'm going to be wearing jeans and a shirt, so it won't be a lot of checking. I'll have a couple pockets in my jeans, but other than that, I'm going to be wearing the same shoes, same jacket, all of that, and it shouldn't take too long. It's just because Nashville is a much bigger airport than Peoria. The line to get in might be bigger, which is why I'm trying to get there at 8:30, so then I have 2 hours before the boarding shuts down entirely. I also don't know where my gate is, so I think I'm going to check in the morning on the app that I have to see if they know what gate I'm going to be at. If not, then I'll just check it when I get there, because there's the boards everywhere that you can look at. They just didn't have it today because they're only showing today's flights. So I'm at the hotel. I'm going to call Dakota in a little bit. I am going to call down to the front desk because when I got in here, the water for the shower was running, and I think it's still running. And it doesn't bother me or anything. Like, I'm not irritated by the noise. Yeah, it's definitely still running. But the thing is I don't want to, maybe I can turn it off or something. No, see, that didn't turn it off. That just made it cold. So I don't want to leave and then they try and charge me for breaking the shower when it was like that when I first got here. So I need to call down and make sure they know that the shower was continuously running, like the faucet, and I couldn't get it to turn off. At first I thought just like the faucet part was pulled out, and so I pushed it back in because it's one of those, and it didn't shut off. It slowed it down, but it didn't shut off. So I'm gonna call her just so she knows and just say, hey, I don't need a new room, but basically please don't charge me for this because I didn't break it. So I'm going to go ahead and call her before it gets too late, and then I will come back and talk to y'all a little bit more about my evening plans. All right. So I got her called. She said she's going to put in a work order. I let her know I don't need to move. Just a heads up. For tonight's plans, I was going to go out a little bit. The bus driver that brought me here on the shuttle was telling me that there's another bus called the Monarch that runs every half hour, and it's $10 for the whole trip, and it takes you downtown, drops you off at one spot, and then picks you up from that same spot until, I think he said it was like 11 o'clock at night or something like that, or 10. It was something much later than I would need for today. But I think I'm just going to call it in for tonight. It sounds fun, but I think, honestly, I need to be able to wake up not insanely early tomorrow, but decently early. I got to be up and out of here by 8:20, so that way I can catch my shuttle by 8:30. So I think I'm just going to stay in tonight. I did tell my boyfriend, though, that I want to come back someday because I do want to be able to explore Nashville. So I might come back one day and then just maybe we can get a rental car or something like that. Plan it all out, figure out where to get the rental car. Because when I had done this layover, I originally wasn't even going to stay in a hotel. I was just going to legitimately sleep in the airport. So that way I didn't have to, go back through security and checking in and all of that. But I realized sleeping in an airport overnight didn't sound like fun, didn't sound comfortable. So I found this hotel that wasn't that bad price-wise, and I came here instead. So, but I do want to come back because when I was younger, I was really, really into country music. And if those of you who don't know, Nashville, Tennessee is like the country music capital. A lot of people who are big in country music either came from here or moved here or have record deals here. And so I was very obsessed with trying to get here when I was younger, and I never made it. And so it's just kind of ironic that I made it for my layover, but I can't really do much. I don't have enough time to do a whole lot. So definitely have to come back, especially if I can find another flight like I did for this one. I don't know price-wise going from Dulles, because that would be the airport back home, to Nashville. I don't know. I assume it's not going to be any more expensive than the other way around, going from here to there. But I'd have to look into it and see. I think it might depend on the time of year and how long you want to be gone for and all that good stuff. So I'm going to look into that someday, but not right now. But right now, I'm going to vlog a quick little hotel tour. It's not very massive or anything over the top, and if you've been to a hotel, you've been to a hotel, but I wanted to kind of show it to you. And then there's a little balcony. I can't get out. They have like a blockage on it, which is really weird because the door isn't actually fully closed. And I'll show you in the tour. So if you want to see what I mean, like by that, you can look at the tour and I'll like show it in detail. But basically for the simple version, there's like this much space in between the sliding door and the wall. And they have like a latch lock on it. And then they have like a giant chunk of metal at the base of it. So you can't open it. And I thought maybe it was just like I just had to slide the door over a little bit, and I could pop up the middle thing. It's I don't know if it's soldered in there or what, but it's not moving. So I guess you're not supposed to go out on the balcony, which is a shame because it's a nice size and it's beautiful. But I guess if you trying to keep people safe or whatever the case, then it is facing the street, so maybe that's part of why it's like that. Maybe if it was facing the back or something, it might not. But yeah, I'm going to my mom's texting me, make sure I'm at the hotel. So give me 1 second. All right. So plans for tonight, I'm door dashing something. I'm going to see if I can get something door dashed. If not, I'm going to have to get something delivered another way. Like I'm sure there's a Domino's or something like that delivers. Calm down. I'm vlogging. Yeah, but I'm sure there's probably like a Domino's or something that I can get delivered if they don't have DoorDash. I'm pretty sure there is DoorDash. Just about everywhere has DoorDash. Nashville is a pretty big place, so I would be surprised if it didn't have it, but I'm going to check that out first because it's usually a little cheaper, and then obviously the options are a little bit more endless than if you're looking at individual restaurants. And then I'm going to talk to Dakota too. I might FaceTime him for a little while or just call him on the phone. And then later on this evening, I'm going to shower and then cuddle up in bed and watch some TV and then go to sleep.
I feel you creeping, I can see it from my shadow. Wanna jump up in my Lamborghini Gallardo.